Go on, yes, it was Mavis Riley, Thelma Barlow from Coronation Street for 1 point. Well done. And what is the American version of Family Fortunes called?
Oh, you should know this.
Begins with F. Any idea?
No.
I'm going to hand this one over to Darby. Any idea what it's called in America?
Family Fortunes?
No, it's not. Both teams got it wrong. It's actually called Family Feuds in the States, as you would expect. Anyway, well done to Birmingham on that one. Well done to Birmingham. 6 points scored on that showtime. Now, Darby, here is your clip. Watch your screen very carefully. Remember, it's a programme which has connections with the central region, and here it is.
Imagine that this shelter is a balloon, and the balloon is too heavy. Therefore, one person has to be thrown overboard for the rest of us to survive, right? Obviously, the least important person has to go, Jennifer. Now, then, of course, I'm important because I own the balloon. And,
No, wait, no, I'm not going anywhere. My people already did their exodus. We didn't schlep through 5,000 miles of open Red Sea for me to snuff it now, bud.
Jennifer, not wanted. Now, what was that programme called for 3 points, Darby?
Girls on Top.
It was called Girls on Top, yes, for 3 points. What's the name of the American actress in that series?
Ruby Wax?
Ruby Wax for 2 points, yes. And who played the older woman, Lady Carlton, in the series? Do you remember that? It's a difficult one.
Gosh.
Any idea? It was made at Central. Got to hand this one over if you can't manage it. Any idea? Have a guess. Guess quickly.
Joan Greenwood.
Say?
Joan Greenwood.
Jane Greenwood it was, yes, for 1 point. Well done. Just in so, and which other famous comedienne appeared in that series, Girls on Top?
Jennifer Saunders. Dawn French.
And who else, though, apart from the people we saw in the clip? A famous comedienne appeared in that series, along with the girls we saw. Got to hurry you. I'm going to hand this one over to Birmingham because you had a chance on the second time round. Birmingham?
Tracy Ullman.
Tracy Ullman, yes, for 1 point. And at the end of that round, Derby have scored 6 points and Birmingham have scored 7 points, which means that Birmingham do have a chance to move forward. Where are you going to now, Roy?
Rock on to rugby, I think, please.
Rocking on to rugby. Here is your rugby question, which is worth 2 points, a chance for you to light up rugby in tonight's final. What are the initials in front of rugby's main soccer club? Is it AFC, VS, or SPQR? For 2 points.
Sure. Yes.
The S, standing for Valley Sports, the club's original sponsors. Yes, indeed, you have taken rugby in tonight's home run final. Inching ahead so far. The overall score's very close as we speak. Birmingham still lagging, would you believe, at 18. Derby in front with 22. And that is where we will take a break. Do join us again in a couple of minutes for the second part of Home Run Final. Don't go away. To part two of the final of Home Run. The scores as we stand, Derby with 22, Birmingham with 18, but nevertheless Birmingham are slightly closer to home, so everything to play for. Each of those points tonight also is worth £10 for the charity of your choice, don't forget. Now we move on to the archive round. What we're going to do, both teams, is to play you a clip of newsreel material which has connections with the central region. Birmingham, your clip comes along first of all, and I'll be asking you some questions about it when you've seen it. Watch it closely.
This little vehicle has, in just 3 years, taken the car-crazy British by storm. Who would have thought that a two-door box with no frills and no luxuries whatsoever would take such a hold on our imaginations? They rolled out the half-millionth model today. Who will be the lucky buyer? Royalty, a leading actor, or the latest star of the hit parade? One thing's for sure, this is one all-British success that looks set to run and run.
That was the half-millionth Mini produced in 1962. The car was launched in 1959. Who had designed it?
Sir Alec Gomez.
Yes, indeed, who died in October 1988. An estate version of the Mini was launched in 1960. What was it called?
Mini Traveller.
Well, you could have had Traveller, but you could also have had Countryman. Yes, I'll give you that for 2 points. Name one of the two plants the Mini was built at.
Longbridge.
Yes, you could have had Cowley as well. That's for 1 point. Within £100, how much did the first basic Mini cost? Now, Roy, you should know this.
Oh, well.
You had 7 of them, didn't you?
1950, whatever it was?
Yes.
I think it was real cheap, wasn't it? About £400 or something.
That is very close. In fact, it was £496. I will accept that for 1 point. Well done to you, Birmingham. Right, let's move on to your archive clip, Derby. Watch your screen carefully. Here it is.
There's the train now. It's approaching now. Well, that certainly seems to show that the CGB has proved its point.
Well, plenty of oohs and ahs from the audience here. It was quite an event, wasn't it? Why was that train crash staged, Derby?
It was testing nuclear fuels.
So what happened if
To
the nuclear
carry
fuel...
nuclear fuels.
Yes, you've got it there in the end. It was staged in July 1984 by the Central Electricity Generating Board to prove containers were safe to carry nuclear waste and nuclear fuels. Right, that's worth 3 points to you. For 2 points, where do nuclear power stations such as Berkeley in Gloucestershire and Oldbury on the Severn Estuary send their waste to be reprocessed?
Sellafield.
They do indeed, in Cumbria. For 2 points, nuclear fuel is provided to power stations by BNFL. What does BNFL stand for? For 1 point.
British Nuclear Fuels Limited.
Yes, it is for 1 point. And also for 1 point, what percentage of Britain's electricity is provided by nuclear power? Difficult one. I'll give you this within 5%. Give me it as a percentage.
10%.
Yes, it was between 15 and 20%. I'll give you that. 10%, yes, for 1 point. Well done, Derby. Now, that gives us a very interesting situation, because at the end of that round, Derby have 7 and Birmingham have 7, which means we have a tie-break situation to decide who moves forward. Fingers on the buzzers, both teams. A very important question. Who wrote about a Cotswold television company in the best-selling book... Yes, Derby?
Jilly Cooper.
Jilly Cooper is correct. The book was called Rivals. Which means that Derby have a chance to move forward. Things are getting very close here. Where do you want to move to?
We're going to Oakham, please.
You're going to Oakham. Your Oakham question, which is worth 2 points, is as follows. What unique royal collection is housed in Oakham? Is it the Royal Stamp Collection, Prince Charles School Books, or Royal Horseshoes?
It's Royal Horseshoes.
It is for 2 points, yes. Things are getting close here. The overall scores as we speak. Derby on 31, still ahead. Birmingham on 25. Both teams equally close to home. Let's move straight on to our next round, which is our industry round. What we're going to do is to show you a clip, both teams, of a product that is made somewhere in the central region. Fingers on the buzzers. When you've seen it, I'll be asking you questions about it. Watch it closely. Here it is now. What is being made there, Derby?
Ice cream.
It is ice cream at the Walls factory in Gloucester. It could have been anything. Fingers on the buzzers, both teams. This is open to both. In which country is ice cream believed to have...
Italy. Italy.
It is not Italy. Let me finish the question. This is over to Derby. In which country is ice cream believed to have been invented?
Is it China?
It is for 2 points, yes. Well, and for 1 point, fingers on the buzzers, both teams. Steady on this one, Roy. The first tricycle selling ice cream appeared in 1922. What was the vendor's catchphrase? Derby.
Stop me and buy one?
Yes, it was for 1 point. I couldn't remember that. And for 1 point again, fingers on the buzzers, which traditional 3-flavoured ice cream...
Neapolitan.
It is, yes, for 1 point. I was going to say I was going to say is named after an Italian city, Neapolitan named after Naples, of course, and at the end of that round, Derby have scored 7 and Birmingham 0. Which means that, Derby, you have a chance to move closer to home.
To Nottingham, please.
You're going to Nottingham. Your Nottingham question, which is worth 2 points, is as follows. Nottingham's William Abednego Thompson was better known as Bendigo. Was he a pirate, a prize fighter, or a soccer player?
He was a prize fighter.
He was for 2 points, yes. Nottingham lights up for you. Oh, my word, we are moving on. We're going now to a new round, which we call our quiz box round. Now, what I'm going to do is ask you 3 questions, 1 for each square. Each correct answer will give you a clue as to the identity of a famous person from the central region. Guess that identity at the first square and you'll get 3 points, the second square 2 points, the third and fourth squares just 1 point. It sounds complicated, but let's get straight underway. The quiz box is there. So, for 1 point, what is the official name for the centre that makes money? Derby.
The Royal Mint.
It is the mint, revealed on the quiz box there as a pound note. Now, does that give you a clue at all? Derby?
Director of the Bank of England.
You can have a guess. It's not that. I'm going to move straight on to our next quiz box. Fingers on the buzzers again, both teams. For 1 point again, which university in the region is noted for carrying out experiments in space? Birmingham.
Birmingham University.
It is not. No, I'm handing this one over.
It's Leicester.
It is Leicester. Birmingham do experiments in space, I know, but Leicester is particularly noted for it. In fact, they've carried out spaceflight experiments for 20 years and will soon be working on a Russian flight. Now, that gets you something else, Derby, in our quiz box. Now, there's a formula. Does that give you any idea about the famous face? It's linked, of course, to the pound note. Can you link those two together? Have a guess anyway, because it's your chance to guess. No idea? No, it's not Frank Whittle. Moving on again in our quiz box. A strawberry Norman is a variety of what? This is for 1 point. Both teams, yes, Birmingham?
The cake.
It's not, no, Derby. Any idea?
Apple?
It is an apple, yes, it's a variety of apple. Carolyn, you're doing exceptionally well here tonight. And there we have the apple. Now, come on.
Isaac Newton.
Yes, let's go through it. Isaac Newton, there's the quiz face. We've got the pound note there. You get 1 point for getting Isaac Newton. Obviously, his face is on the other side of a pound. The formula was the formula for gravity, and the apple, of course, fell on his head, and that's how he decided that he knew all about gravity. So, well done. And at the end of that round, Derby, a complicated round that, you have 4 points. Birmingham, I'm afraid, have 0 yet again, which means, Derby, you have a chance to complete your home run tonight in the final. So, Derby, here is your question to take you home tonight. When Brian Clough was manager of Derby County, who was his assistant manager? Was it Archie Gemmell, Peter Taylor or Roy McFarland?
Peter Taylor.
It was for 2 points. Peter Taylor, you are home and dry. You have completed tonight's home run in the final, which means that you now have a chance to nominate one of your team, Debbie, to take part in what we call the solo sprint. Now, each of the questions tonight is worth £100 for the charity of your choice. You have 45 seconds, and each question is also worth 2 points. A chance to clock up more points and yet more money for that charity of your choice. Who are you nominating?
No.
It's going to be Caroline, isn't it?
Oh, Caroline, yes.
You got a little bit of argument in the Derby camp. So, but Caroline, you've decided to do the solo sprint for us. They've decided that you will do it. OK, let me just remind you, you have 45 seconds of quick-fire questions, each worth 2 points. Remember, it's raising money for that charity. Your 45 seconds, Caroline, starts now. Where is Anne Hathaway's cottage?
Stratford-on-Avon.
It is for 2 points. In which of the sciences does Margaret Thatcher hold a degree?
Chemistry.
It is for 2 points. Which county cricket club does Ian Botham play for?
Worcestershire.
Yes, he does for 2 points. Which Birmingham comedian had a hit with the record Funky Moped?
Oh, Jasper Carrot.
He did for 2 points. Which poet lived at New Sir Abbey in Nottinghamshire?
Lord Byron.
He did for 2 points. Which Leicestershire author wrote Adrian Mole books?
Sue Townsend.
Sue Townsend for 2 points. Where is the headquarters of the SAS?
Hereford.
It is for 2 points. Where is Peter Walker MP for?
Pass.
You're going to pass on that one. Who wrote the poem A Shropshire Lad?
Houseman.
He did. A.E. Houseman for 2 points. Which union is Bill Jordan the General Secretary of?
Engineers.
The Engineering Union, the AEU. And which of the notorious Cray twins is held in Gartree Prison in Leicestershire?
Ronnie.
No, it wasn't. It was Reggie. Well done. Anyway, listen, that was marvellous. You have scored terrifically at the end of that solo sprint. A mammoth Carolyn, 18 points. She only passed on one. Where is Peter Walker MP for? He's the MP for Worcester. Well, that is worth another round of applause. That was quite extraordinary. And that means that as a result of that solo sprint, you win £900 for the charity of your choice, which is again, Debbie?
Seaside Appeal.
It's the Seaside Appeal. £900 goes to that charity. And the overall scores tonight, then, Derby have 64 points, Birmingham have 25, which means that Derby are the home run winners. And here to present the home run trophy to the winning team, to Derby, is the Managing Director of Central Independent Television, Leslie Hill.
Throughout Home Run, we've given our teams a chance to win money for their favourite local charities. Their efforts have raised the magnificent sum of £5,000. Both teams tonight have added to that effort, and I'd like to thank them for providing an exciting, entertaining and stimulating final. And at the end of all these weeks of competition, all I can offer Birmingham are commiserations, but for Derby and their captain, Debbie Shaw, congratulations. Home Run champions.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You had a very good lead early on, and then you almost lost it. It was 22-18, I think.
Right,
were you getting nervous?
I was personally, but I must say that my team did very well. Caroline and Neil, I'm really proud of them. They excelled tonight.
They seem to do particularly well on the nuclear fuel questions and ice cream, which I thought were particularly difficult ones.
Yes, the ice cream, I must admit, I do know a little bit about, but nuclear...
Well, it was a marvellous win, and I'd like to hand you this, which is a map of the central region, so that you can never forget the area that Central Independent Television covers. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We mustn't forget the colossal cheque, Kelly, for the Seasider Appeal. £1,360 you raised here tonight for those homes in Skegness. So congratulations to you.
Thank you
also,
very much.
Birmingham take away £250 for the Christmas Tree Fund. It's the Birmingham Mail's centenary year for that. So congratulations to them, and thank you for you at home joining us for Home Run. We hope you've enjoyed the series. Whenever you're travelling home, do so very carefully. We've had a lot of fun. Do join us if we get back for another series. In the meantime, a very good night to you all at home.
There's no doubt about it, spring has arrived. The daffodils are out, trees are blossoming, and Heart of the Country is back on Central next Monday at 5:10.